4 Desember 2022 lava kembali turun. Terus berselawat berdoa semoga
ini sangat pekat sekali dulur dengan jarak luncur yang cepat ya, seperti hal yang sama ya. Bantu doa dan untuk yang berada di bawah.
Mount Semeru in Lumajang Regency, East Java, experienced an eruption early this morning, Sunday the 4th of December 2022. This is known from data from the Mount Semeru Observation Post, Center for Volcanology and Geological Hazard Mitigation, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources of the Republic of Indonesia. There was an eruption of Mount Semeru on Sunday, 4 December 2022, at 02:46 West Indonesia time, with an observed ash column height of plus or minus 1,500 m above the summit, plus or minus 5,176 meters above sea level, reported from the official Magma Indonesia website, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, Sunday 4 December 2022. The eruption triggered a potential tsunami in Okinawa, Japan. Mount Semeru erupted and spewed ash as high as 15 kilometers into the air. Authorities warned local residents to try to stay away from the area of the volcanic eruption. Broadcasting Institution in Japan, NHK, reports that the Japan Meteorological Agency is monitoring the possibility of a tsunami in the country, the impact of the Semeru eruption. Launching from the Japan Times, the Japan Meteorological Agency warned that a tsunami could arrive on the islands of Miyako and Yaeyama in the southern prefecture of Okinawa, on Sunday 4 December 2022, after a volcanic eruption in Indonesia. However, the Indonesian Disaster Management Agency, BNPB, did not immediately responding to the warning from the Japan Meteorological Agency about the risk of a tsunami that BNPB is still focusing on warning residents not to carry out any activities within 5 kilometers of the eruption center and 500 meters from the riverbank because of the risk of lava flows. Meanwhile, according to the Geology Agency, Center for Volcanology and Geological Hazard Mitigation, PVMBG, the source of the hot clouds of avalanches came from piles at the tip of the lava tongue, which is about 800 meters from the top of the crater. According to BNPB's Twitter, so far there have been 93 residents who took refuge in the Semeru Village Hall, Pronojiwo District, Lumajang Regency, East Java. Based on a press release from the BNPB, temporary visual observation reports, smoke is seen sliding towards the southeast, which is thought to be coming from the Zhongring Koloko crater, which is dark gray in color in large volumes. As for the volcanic ash rain, it is estimated to be heading north, adjusting the wind direction. The incident was also confirmed by the regent of Lumajang, Thurikul Haq, that the initial estimate for the location was in the area around Sumbermujur village and Kurakoborn village. Mount Semeru emits hot clouds with a distance of 4-5 kilometers. The area around Sumbermujur and the Koborn rainfall is currently the point of hot clouds falling, explained Regent Thurikul. Regarding the status of the mountain, currently Mount Semeru is still at level 2 or alert, and the Center for Volcanology and Geological Hazard Mitigation, PVMBG, is conducting further evaluation. Meanwhile, people who live around Sumbermujur village and Kurakoborn village and their surroundings should be vigilant in dealing with potential disasters that can be caused. In this case, especially the people around the Kobokan watershed to remain alert in the face of high rainfall intensity, because this can trigger cold lava floods. Until this news was published, the joint team of cross-ministries and authorized institutions was still in the process of developing information, and there was no information on any casualties from the incident. Mount Semeru is the highest mountain on the island of Java. Its altitude reaches 3,676 meters above sea level, with its peak known as Semeru. Mount Semeru is located in Lumajang Regency and Malang Regency, East Java. There is a legend associated with this mountain. Quoted from the book So Hokkgai once again, Books, Feasts, and Love in the Nature of the Nation written by Rudy Badal et al., there is an ancient book called Tantu Pajlaran, which is believed to have originated in the 15th century. In it is recorded that once upon a time the island of Java was oscillating over the ocean. In the legend it is said that Batara Guru, who is the sole ruler, asked the gods and giants to move Mount Semeru in India as a nail on the island of Java so that it would not move. Mount Semeru was then placed in the west of Java Island. However, because the eastern part of the island tipped upwards, Mount Semeru was finally moved to the east. In the course of this shipment, Mount Semeru was scattered and formed other mountains on the island of Java. When Mount Semeru was successfully placed in the east of Java Island, its position tilted to the north. So, it is said that the tip of the mountain was cut off and the piece was placed in the northwest. This section of the mountain was named Mount Poitra, which is now known as Mount Penanggungan. Now, talking about the eruption itself, Mount Semeru has a long history of eruptions. The following is the history of Mount Semeru's eruptions from year to year that you need to know. The following explanation is quoted from the page of the Center for Volcanology and Geological Hazard Mitigation. Mount Semeru is a stratotype volcano, and first erupted in November 1818. In the 1800s, the next eruptions occurred in 1829, 1830, 1832, 1836, 1838, 1842, 1844, 1845, 1848, 1851, 1856, 1857, 1860, 1864, 1867, 1872, 1877, and 1878. Furthermore, Mount Semeru erupted again in 1884 and continued to experience eruptions from year to year until 1899. The 1900s eruption Mount Semeru erupted again in the 1900s to 1913. The mountain erupted again in 1941 to 1942, 1945, 1946, 1947 and 1950. Mount Semeru also erupted sequentially from 1951 to 1961 to 1963. Successive eruptions occurred from 1967 to 1969 and 1972 to 1990. Then followed by eruptions in 1992 and 1994. The eruption in 1994 itself was a fairly large eruption. The 2000s eruption in 2020, Mount Semeru released hot clouds and lava avalanches. The previous years this volcano erupted in 2004, 2005, 2007, 2011, 2016, 2018 and 2019. Eruption character Mount Semeru generally has volcanic and strombolian type eruptions that occur 3 to 4 times every hour. Volcanic eruptions are characterized by explosive eruptions and sometimes destroy preformed lava domes and tongues. While the strombolian type is usually followed by the formation of new lava domes and tongues. In explosive eruptions it is usually followed by a stream of hot clouds flowing into the lower valleys. 9 facts about Mount Semeru. 1. Mount Semeru or Semeru is part of the management of the Bromo Tengah Semeru National Park, which covers valleys and mountains covering an area of 50,273.3 hectares. 2. Within the Bromo Tengah Semeru National Park complex, there are Mount Bromo, Mount Batok, Mount Kursi, Mount Dangan, and Mount Widaran. The complex also includes Lake Ranu Pani, Ranu Regulo, Ranu Kumbalo, and Ranu Darungan. 3. The plants in the Bromo Tengah Semeru National Park complex are large trees hundreds of years old, various types of orchids, rare grasses, edelweiss, jemuju, and mountain fir. 4. In this national park there are several protected animals, namely mongoose, deer, long-tailed monkeys, deer, red jungle fowl, leopards, ajag, kestrel birds, bido snake eagles, hornbills, black srigunting birds, bondole eagles, and grouse that live in Lake Ranyu Pani, Ranyu Kumbalo, and Ranyu Regulo. 5. In Bromo Tengah Semeru National Park there is a sea of sand covering an area of 5,250 hectares. 6. Mount Semeru is the third highest volcano in Indonesia. 7. Mount Semeru is a stratotype mountain, and has a lava dome. 8. Mount Semeru has various characteristics in it, such as savannas, pine forests, montana forests, and lakes at high altitudes. 9. The temperature at the peak of Semeru ranges from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, the average temperature on Mount Semeru is 3 to 8 degrees Celsius at night. Meanwhile, during the day it is 15 to 21 degrees Celsius. Thank you for subscribing, liking and sharing the Indonesian Life channel. With me, Ken Rajasa, see you soon.